Good morning, all my subscribers, and welcome to another project. I have here solar lights. You clip it somewhere, and then there's a solar cells here, and then there is a bunch of LED lights. It's very funny type of lights. They kind of manufacture them somewhere in line with the wires, but it's faulty. What happened? They put it in a tree and the tree expanded, and then somehow the thing stopped working. So let's see if we can't find a problem. Okay, firstly I have to disassemble this because here's batteries inside. I first want to see if the batteries is fine, then we're gonna go from there. But to get the screws here, I can't take it out because there is this little springs and I have to take this out. But as I can see it, I have to take this thing out here, and then the whole spring comes out. There's one spring out, and there's another one. It comes out. There's out. Okay, now I can remove the screws here. That's not a good, correct screwdriver. Let's just undo this. Okay, now we can open this. There's it open, and now we can see what's going on inside here. Now let's open, take the screws out. So there's two buttons here. It's the mode and the on and off. So just take the screws out before they go missing. That's it. Okay, so just sealed it with a little bit of glue there. So here's the on and off button. If nothing is happening, then there is the mode button. So I think firstly, before we start, let's just change the battery. Let's just see. This is a nickel metal hydrate, 1.2 volt. I'm just gonna put a normal battery in here for now, because it's not a chargeable battery anyway. See, but there's still nothing. So we'll have to go and see if there's any output. Yeah. Let's just measure the voltage of this battery. I wanted to put in here to see if it's enough supply. Take a multimeter, put it on DC. Let's check this metal hydrate battery. 1 volt. It's a little bit not so good. This one is 1.1, so it's a little bit, almost a little bit worse than that one. Let's just get another batteries here. 1.5. Yeah, this is a 1.5 Ray Max. I'm gonna put this one in. Have the best chance of make it work. There's in there, it's in there. So you can still see nothing happening here. But there's another thing with this solar cells. While during the day when there's sun on here, it actually disconnect the lights. So you have to close here, otherwise you won't be able to test it, because no use of lights during the day. It's only when the sun, there's no input, then it switches the output on. So firstly you have to go and close that part, and but still nothing. So something is seriously wrong here. I'll have to go and open the back here. See if you can see what is going on here in the bottom here. Bad screws this. When you battle to get a star screw open, use a flat screwdriver. That is the moral of the story. You can see here, here's some electronics here on the bottom. You can see the battery, positive, negative, and the outputs of the lights. But and then there's the input from the solar cell, and then let's check where's the negative with the battery. Negative the battery, positive battery, positive battery, negative. So something is wrong here. See, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Here's a positive. This say battery positive. Let's just follow it. Is positive, and the negative is, yeah, that is wrong. Let's follow. There's a battery negative. There's the light, and there's a battery negative. Battery positive. That is correct. So what could be the problem? Maybe the lightning hits it or something, and then there's a, that's why it has issues. Let's just switch it on. Let's just go and short out the switch and see if the switch is maybe not faulty. Let's bypass the switch. Nothing whatsoever. So we can buzz out this just to make sure about the, so the switch is working. So the switch is fine. So somehow we'll have to go and maybe just battery plus output, go and maybe short out some of these pins on the chippy. No, it's not the right way. Maybe short something, but there's a output transistor or something. Maybe this is a fault. This is a bad one, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little bit more supply. I'm going to put my power supply on. I'm going to give it a little bit more voltage. Let's give it 3 volts. and see if we see anything. There's a positive, there's a negative. Okay, there it comes, and look, you can see what's happening here. It came on for a second, then it stops. So something is clearly okay. What we can do, we just short out the two supplies, and then we put it on again. Let's focus on the lights here. You can see there the lights. Let's just take off the light here. You can see if I touch my finger, that's this IC. Let's short out some of the legs of this IC. Let's higher the voltage a little bit. See, now it's throwing a lot of current. Now let's see what is getting hot here. So that chip is getting hot. It looks like if this chip that switches the whole thing off and on when the light comes in and out. And this is just the modes and the program modes, how the light goes off and on. This one, select, put the lights off and on during the day. So maybe we must just go and bypass this thing. Then it will go during the day, but at night anyway, it will shine a little bit longer as the battery is getting full anyway, but it won't switch off totally during the day. I think that one is getting hot. But it won't charge the batteries either. So we can put the solar cell directly onto the batteries and bypass the circuit that causes this thing not to work. I'm just gonna switch on my soldering iron, and then I'm gonna get back to you. Now while I was busy with this chip here, the lights start working. Then I found out there's something wrong here. If you pull here, look here, here's the join. If you connect it, they're working. Let's check the lights here. You can see, I don't know if you can see the lights working, and there they stop, and there they're working, and then they stop. So obviously is here a bad join here. I have to redo this join here. Switch on the light. Just take this power supply off. And I have to open this connection here. Actually take a Stanley knife, put this here, and cut the sleeving off. It looks like this is what they're talking about, the expansion of the, there's a bad solder joint here. Open it and let's cut it nicely. Let's skin it nicely. I'm gonna tin it and then we take this off, yeah. Somehow there's a problem here. I'm just gonna cut it here. What we can do, we can solder this here. We solder there, just tin the wires. Let's just see what's the polarity. I'm not sure about the polarity. Doesn't look like, wait, let's turn it around. I guess I must put the battery in first. I think let's first put the power supply maybe back. Now there's nothing. How is that possible? There is it, okay. It is like this. The power is like this. Now I'm gonna put some bit of sleeving there so that we can always put a bit of sleeving over here. Sleeving over there. And then we can solder now again. Now you make a proper solder join. Now you put the sleeving back. You're going to put a piece of tape around there. Now the lights is working. You can see. Look here. There's different modes. Enough. That's what. Just take this off and we put the battery back. Okay, the light is on. You can see them in this mode. Let's put them like this. Okay, now to test if this effect is working, look, when you put the light on, look, they go down. If you close it, it shows it won't come on during the day. It will only come out at night. There's it off. And there they're on again. So that is still working the circuit. I'm just going to put the old battery back and fasten everything, and then we're going to check it again. Okay, I'm just going to test it the last time. See, it switches off and lights, and then it goes back again. But the battery is a bit flat. I put this battery back, and then doesn't want to work, so the voltage is a bit low. Let me just leave it outside to charge, and then it will, maybe guess it will work. There's the, well, it's still working. Let's make sure about this negative spring. See, there's it fine. If you put the light, you can see, if you open the light, it stops. So I guess this one will work. They just, okay, so this lights are fixed. Just make sure you put it the wrong way around. And there is some glue there to seal it. They just heat it up and put it back for the water. This can screw this whole thing back again and put the thing back together again. So it wasn't the electronics. It looks like it, if it's only the wires that, because of that expansion of the tree, that damaged pull the wire out. So this was the problem with this unit. Okay, put there you. There's a problem with this switch. It doesn't want to. There's it. Put it on. There's the modes. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to put this whole thing back again, and this is the story how to fix this faulty lights, LED lights, by just fixing the wire here. The wire was damaged here of the pull, and it's back to normal again. Okay, thanks for watching. Till next time, cheers.